وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا الله أكبر الله أكبر
Assalamu alaikum. Can you guys see more space in this class? So, there's plenty of space up front.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, زينوا أعيادكم بالتكبير. What does mean that? Mean, make your Eid with great something, a beautiful something with takbir. Shall we together? Okay. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd.
Allahu Akbar kabira, walhamdulillahi kabira, wa subhanallahi bukratan wa asila. La ilaha illallah wahdah, sadaqa wa'dah, wa nasara 'abdah, wa a'azza jundah, wa hazama al-ahzaba wahdah. La ilaha illallah, wa la na'budu illa iyyah, mukhlisina lahu ad-din, walau kariha al-kafirun. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ala ashabi sayyidina Muhammad wa ala azwaji sayyidina Muhammad wa ala dhurriyyati sayyidina Muhammad wa sallim tasliman kathiran kathira.
Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, I want to mention a couple of housekeeping. First, I hope that you have parked the car with the help of the people who are guiding, so that hopefully maintains the circulation around the building, inshallah. After we're going to start, inshallah, the prayer at 7:30, so which is about 5 minutes away. Brother Sheikh Salman, is he here? Oh, there he is. I saw him here on the podium, and then I thought maybe we got to that time. So inshallah, we'll start the khutbah at 7:30, and after the prayer, we'd like to really request you just if you can enjoy the water. Cold water is outside, and some ice cream. So please see if you can grab a bar or two, and then we can proceed to your car, because we are going to prepare for the second khutbah, inshallah, which is supposed to be at 8:30. So inshallah, those families will start coming around 8 o'clock. So we'll have a short span between the two khutbahs, but inshallah it can be managed. If there is an overflow, then we'll just have to manage that. It looks like we are all contained here. For the ladies, if there are more space needed, or the crybaby room, that's on this side here. So I'm pretty sure that you already know that. Jazakumullah khairan. The one last thing I want to mention to you, alhamdulillah, we had a very nice summer program. We had a very good summer program that was very, very beneficial, and we really want to thank the teachers and the principal that coordinate and help us with that. But more important is that we will be, inshallah, starting the Sunday programs again, and we'll continue to make sure that our kids are able to benefit from the masjid activities. Imam Hassan, you will be seeing him at the second khutbah. He's the one walking around. He is the youth coordinator. So he is really trying to help our kids to learn the deen and stay connected with the masjid. So my pleading to you, if you are here maybe first time or second time or third time, please forgive me, but it is important for our children to learn the deen. That's the best investment that you will make, and inshallah, we want to help you. If you have any suggestions, please let us know. We can manage things, we can help you, but inshallah, when we have a program and there are no kids, that is discouraging. So we really like to have a wonderful Sunday program, inshallah, soon after the summers, and inshallah we'll continue the youth programs. Please stay tuned for those announcements. Jazakumullah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allah.
وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
So we're going to start with the prayer, inshallah. Brother Gary is going to lead the prayer. So please stand up and straighten your sufuf. The gap between the two is just one musalla. So if you just follow in line, both directions, that will be, you'll be in a good place. Your heels should be on the back of this line here. So inshallah, make sure you line your sufuf are straight. If there's any question, we can just please ask or move around to make sure you find the space.
السلام عليكم. صلاة الليل ركعتين إن شاء الله, 2 rak'ahs. The first rak'ah we do 7 takbirat. So after you initiate the salah, that's takbirat al-ihram. Then now we follow it with 6 takbirat. Al-Fatiha, that's a short surah. Then when we get up from the first rak'ah, which is takbir, when you stand up, then another 5. Inshallah. Then Al-Fatiha, another surah, and we will go to the Ruku, inshallah. It's a typical Salati rak'ahs. استقيموا مع التدريب. الله أكبر. 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 الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين على الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى له غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وبعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ بوأنا لإبراهيم مكان البيت أن لا تشرك بي شيئا وطهر بيتي للطائفين والقائمين وركع السجود. وأذن في الناس بالحج يأتوك رجال وعلى كل ضامر يأتين من كل فج عميق. We appointed Ibrahim salam, to establish the shrine, "You shall not idolize any other god beside me, and purify my shrine for those who visit it, those who live near it and prostrate, and proclaim that the people shall observe Hajj pilgrimage. They will come to you walking or riding on various exhausted means of transportation. They will come from the farthest locations." Brothers and sisters, we are going through these days and we have heard the stories of Hajj, Ibrahim alayhi salam, the multiple stories about Ibrahim alayhi salam's life. Very interesting, just like other qissas in the Quran. I am particularly going to talk to our youth, our future here, and with few reminders, inshallah ta'ala. It will be 10 minutes or 15 minutes a reminder. The establishment of Baytullah, that house, was the establishment of the worship place that was built around the concept of Wahdaniyat, or the oneness of Allah, the oneness of God. Why it's important, the oneness, what does it mean to us, what should it mean to us, is the source of knowledge, the source of guidance is one. There can't be no confusion about it. Nobody else can be source of that knowledge. So that divine guidance has to come from one being. And because it comes from one being, it's pure and we have to follow it. We worship that being, but we follow those instructions. I want to draw your attention to the fact that Ibrahim alayhi salam, and we'll talk about this later, when he asked his nation, what do you follow? What are you worshipping? He was not just talking about the statues or the physical idols, but more than that. So we know that stories. So let's talk about Hajj. What is Hajj? What Hajj actually signifies? When those who perform Hajj, those who have the opportunity to go there, they know when you enter that state of ihram, you are in a different state of mind. As soon as we change our clothes and the ihram goes on, it signifies our end of our life. You feel as if you're shrouded into those white cloths of coffin, and there is nothing now between you and your Lord. That's how we should feel even if we are not there. So Hajj actually reminds us of our fitrah. We are born as innocent. When we are born, we are innocent, we have no sins, we have no mistakes whatsoever. So with the opportunity given to us of Hajj, Allah Ta'ala is showering His mercy and asking us to ask for forgiveness and tawbah and return to Him. If it is accepted, we indeed go back to the state of fitrah, the innocence. So it's a great opportunity that shows us that we should in the mercy of Allah Ta'ala, and the opportunities that no matter what we do, there is always a chance to come back. Allah has made us forgetful. So we are born innocent, but we forget. We are quick to forget what we are supposed to do, and we are quick to slip into things we should not. That's our nature. Allah has made it that way. However, He has also given us the opportunities, not just the Hajj, but Hajj being one of the most significant ones, to ask for forgiveness. In Surah Ra, Allah Ta'ala says, "Allazina amanu wa tatma'innu qulubuhum bi zikrillah, ala bi zikrillah tatma'innul qulub." That's what happens to a Haji, or the people who are observing and thinking about Hajj, the concept of Hajj, and Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam's life and his family's life. That the more you remember Allah Ta'ala, the more you feel satisfied. Not because we are just thinking about it, but because thinking about it makes us stay within the track. It helps us stay within the parameters Allah Ta'ala has laid down. Islam, in a way, is a set of principles. Nowadays, we talk about frameworks, particularly people in IT field. You build a house, you have a frame first, you have structure first, and then you do whatever else you like within that structure, framework. So Islam really gives us a framework to live. So we have that framework of principles and values coming from that one source of guidance, and we stick with that. That's what it's supposed to be. So once you stick with that, within that framework, you feel satisfaction. I'm doing my best, and we should do our best. So the meaning, those who believe and whose hearts find contentment in the remembrance of Allah, for truly in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find contentment. When we do the tawaf around Kaaba, it's not just running between around Kaaba or running between when we run between Safa and Marwa. It's not just a physical movement, it's not just a physical journey. At the same time, it's an inward journey. It's an outward journey, and as well as it's an inward journey. In Quran, talking about Ibrahim alayhi salam, we read, Allah Ta'ala says, "Iz ja'a rabbahu biqalbin salim, iz qala li abihi wa qawmihi maza ta'budun." When he came to his Lord with a pure, safe, or uncorrupted heart, when he said to his father and his people, "What is it that you worship?" The first, for my younger brothers and sisters, particularly, when we approach God, I know you are all young ones, right? There were too many things that grab your attention. There are too many powers that are trying to take you away, right? We went through this, I went through this, everybody goes through this. So, it's hard to understand this philosophy sometimes. That how do I really go to Allah and say, show me your guide? I want to remind you from my past, my experience. It was difficult to realize that I have to approach Allah in my isolation, when I'm doing my prayer and nobody's around and I can focus fully. Then I have to really make sure my heart is open. I have no preconceived ideas or concepts. I really go to Allah Ta'ala and say, I'm here what I can do. Please guide me. Even if it means my eyes are opened up to something that I do not like, I will follow, because you're going to have the feeling this is right. And then I'm going to follow it. This got to be the intention. That once I have that feeling, then I'm going to follow it. No matter how much I have to change. Once we change, it really liberates us. So many young guys I talk, so many 35 years into youth world, same problem. They think by following the do's and don'ts of faith, they feel I'm bound, I'm in slavery. Literally, I've heard this word multiple times. No. When we ourselves from everything else that's taking us slave. So when Ibrahim alayhi salam approached Allah Ta'ala, he approached him with pure heart. So Allah, and then after that Allah says, he asked his nation and his father figure, what is it that you follow? That's my second point today for our youth. They were following idols, we know that, we read that, till idols. But do you really think, brothers and sisters, that if somebody puts an idol here, will we in any of our right mind will start following that statue? We know statues don't talk. That's why Ibrahim alayhi salam in his talk elsewhere in the Quran said, ask the biggest one who has destroyed the small idols. Because they can't. But it's too obvious, right? It's too obvious. Idols don't talk. So go deeper into this. So what was it that they were following? They were worshipping and bowing to these idols, but obviously there was some commands coming to them. Where those commands were coming from? Not from the idol. So there are always individuals. They were the religious figures of the corrupt religious figures who were making these masses enslaved to their own wishes. They were the one passing instructions in the name of those idols. So people were following them. In order to enslave masses, they erected those statues. They got everybody's attention to those statues. I said, this statue is going to do this, and then we follow this, and that came from them. That happens all the time. It hasn't changed. So I ask you to think, look around and think. Ponder upon your own life, young guys, particularly. What is it that captures your thoughts, hearts and mind? What is it that takes you away from the right path when you know I'm leaving the right path? What is it that makes us violate those limits? Those, whatever, whether it's physical, in the shape of a human being, or a concept. It may be a conceptual idol that takes us away. Are we willing to bow to that? Or no better, I'm going to follow the footsteps of my Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So, Quran, I mentioned that before, there are close to 600 ayats that ask us to ponder upon the ayats of Quran, to think about things, to revert about things, on over things. There are close to 600. That's about 6% of the Quran. No other faith really asks the followers to think, challenge, and then make up their mind. Exactly 1 year ago, we talked about this, and I said, Islam happens to be a religion that does not want a follower who was tricked into following Islam, or a person who is mindlessly following it. The more people think about it and make up their mind, and make a conscious decision to follow Islam or Quran, the better this faith is going to be. After all, our faith is as good as its follows. That's what people see, right? They say in today's market, it's not really a good product that sells, but the salesman makes sell things that we don't need. They can sell things that don't work. So we are the salespeople of our faith. We are the salesmen. Knowledge, gaining knowledge about how to talk about oneness of Allah, which is the theme of Ibrahim alayhi salam's life. And you are willing to pay the cost. He was not only a person, a being who understood the message. You know where you are. You know the world around you. We have an idea about it. Those who grew up here, they know it very well. We know the difficulties. There is some cost associated with the commitment. Are you willing to pay the cost? You don't pay the cost. You want to become a doctor, you study a lot. You have to become an engineer, you have to learn math. I don't like math. I hardly passed math in my high school days. So I wasn't willing. I couldn't. Similarly, for our life, there are to pay. So today I ask you on this day, as you go and enjoy this day with your family and friends, take some time off and think about it and say, yes, there is a cost. Am I willing to pay that? I should be willing to pay that cost. His father figured this is the cost. At one occasion, this is the cost he paid. He said, like Jahannam. So he said, build for him a building and throw him into the blazing fire. Blazing fire. He's facing a furnace, but he's willing to go for it. Nobody's looking at him. He's the only one, a young person. He didn't say, I'm such a young person, there are older here, they should take a step forward. He didn't say, I'm such a young person, let me take some time to become stronger. And the only one person who followed him was Lut alayhi salam, who was his nephew, who himself was a young person. But these young men took a stand. And then Sarah followed him, his wife to be. Their life was in all of them. So, brothers, this is my reminder to you, to my youth, that when we stick with some framework, we gotta be willing to pay the cost and hold and stand our ground. Like Ibrahim alayhi salam, I'm asking everyone, particularly youth again, to affirm, like Ibrahim alayhi salam, that inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. Whatever I do in my life, everything is for the sake of Allah Ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Does it mean I have to read Quran all the time? Every minute? No, it means I keep in my mind, I know who I am. Just remember, when my kids go out with their friends, when they grew up and they started going out, they said, Dad, can I go? All I told them, yes, just remember who you are. That's all I ask you. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to put a tracker on you. Just remember who you are. Once everything you do in life will be for the sake of Allah. Doing da'wah in this society, this is the last thing, doing da'wah in this society is of utmost importance. If we want to make sure the surroundings are not affecting us, we have to impact the surroundings. You don't live in a neighborhood where you know the kids are going to be affected. You don't send over your kids to school districts which are not good. So, in this case, we have no choice but to change the surroundings, inshallah. In that, to further that cause, we have to understand what Islam is, be able to convey it in the right way, at the right time. And we have to do it actively, not passively, somebody comes to us. So inshallah, I ask Allah to help us, give us the tawfiq to understand our faith and propagate it and take a stand for our faith. Allahumma izzal Islam wal Muslimin. Allahumma izzal Islam wal Muslimin. Wa azal al-shakr wal mushrikeen. Wa dammar a'da ad-din. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. This is only one part of the Quran. You can have two or you can have one. Mine was just one part. So